Hi and welcome to another video update from the Fire Brigades Union. Once again, this video is about the fight the union's undertaking to achieve pensions justice for FBU members. We're joined by FBU National Officer Mark Rowe, who's dealing with the pensions issue on behalf of the union, and of course by FBU General Secretary Matt Rack. Now Mark, over to you first. The purpose of this video is because the FBU has announced new legal proceedings have been issued, this time in the High Court, and this has been served on the 3rd of March this year. So to cut to the chase, what are these new proceedings in relation to, and actually what do they mean for our members?
These are 3 test case claims brought for the Fire Brigades Union members who've retired and are not receiving the pension that they should be receiving. They're actually receiving a smaller pension. These are what we refer to as the immediate detriment cases, and they affect possibly hundreds of members.
OK, Mark, but in the last video update, we talked about the fact that this has already been to court and the employers have been told to pay our members' pensions, the pensions that they've been owed to our members when they retire. So haven't we already won this issue? Why are we back in court?
Yeah, that's right. The employers have been told repeatedly now by the courts to pay our members the pensions that they are entitled to, the pensions that they've earned serving the communities. Our members our retired members are suffering daily financial hardship due to the inaction of the employers. The courts have told the employers that they don't have to wait to pay our members what they're entitled to in their pension, but the employers have indicated that they are still going to wait for further government guidance from Treasury and tax authorities. Our position is very clear. There is no further guidance needed. Our members must be paid the pensions they're entitled to now.
Now, Mark, you mentioned there about members suffering financial hardship. I mean, how does this actually impact on our retired members?
Well, the 3 test cases show that in one of the test cases, a retired member is receiving a pension that is up to £3,000 lower per year than what he should be receiving, and in another of the test cases, the members paid over £6,000 more in contributions than he should have. And in yet another of the cases, the retired member couldn't afford to commute any of his pension, but had he been told by the employer that he was entitled to retire on the 1992 FPS terms, he would have commuted the maximum. His commutation lump sum would have been £90,000 instead of nothing at all.
OK, Mark, this is a High Court. It's a test case involving 3 of our members. What impact is it going to have on the wider membership if indeed we win the case?
Well, if we achieve success for the first initial 3 test claimants, we believe a precedent will be set for the treatment of other retired FBU members who are currently being denied their correct pension, and also for members who are approaching retirement, so they'll have some surety around the pension that they're entitled to.
OK, Mark, now court proceedings can be notoriously long-winded. I mean, when can we expect an answer from the court in regard to this issue?
Well, you're right. I mean, these things can take time, but the decision has already been made by the court several times around this. So we're hoping that the High Court will return a decision on this within 6 weeks.
Mark, thanks very much indeed. We're now going to go over to FBU General Secretary Matt Rack. Now, Matt, here we are again having to deal with this issue in relation to court proceedings. I mean, we seem to have won this case on behalf of members on several occasions, and yet we still haven't seen a proper resolution. This is extraordinarily poor treatment of firefighters by employers and chief fire officers, isn't it?
I think it shows what they all think of us really deep down, doesn't it? It's staggering, because if you think about the amounts of money that Mark's just set out, these are important things for people. This is about people's ability to live properly in retirement. And yet we've got the government, employers, and frankly chief officers as well, failing to treat our members properly and failing to ensure that they get the proper pension that they are legally entitled to when they retire. I think it's utterly disgraceful. And the truth is that those members on their own wouldn't be able to take court action in the way that we are collectively through the union. So it's pretty staggering that the way workers, in this case firefighters, get treated by the government and their employers and that only through being in the union are they able to challenge this. But we will carry on fighting. We will get justice for those particular members, and then we'll follow up every individual case if that's what it takes.
And it's important to understand, Matt, isn't it, that there's a very human element to this issue. I mean, 2 of the test cases being run by the union are in regard to members who had to retire on ill health, but those members aren't receiving the pension that they should have done. I mean, surely the union must be very angry about that.
I think everyone should be very angry. I'm sure the individual members are, their families, their colleagues at work, and everyone across the fire service, every Fire Brigades Union member will be very angry at how these people are being treated. You pay your contributions throughout your career. You either get to the appropriate age when you can retire and draw your pension, or for reasons, you know, beyond your control, you become ill and need to retire due to ill health. Again, you've paid your contributions. You should be entitled to the pension that was set out to you when you started paying those contributions. It's absolutely staggering, disgraceful, outrageous that these members are having to now pursue their employer through the courts in this way.
Now, Matt, we usually finish these videos by asking you to give a message to our members, FBU members. But I think in this case, we're going to finish by asking you if you had one message that you were able to give to fire service employers in regard to this issue, what would it be?
My one message would be stop behaving so disgracefully, pay up, or we'll see you in court in every single case.
Matt, thanks very much indeed. A very strong message there from FBU General Secretary Matt Rack.